and as per my yearly tradition, I have come to World of Warships to talk about my favorite historical subject, the story of the German battleship Bismarck during World War II. So unfortunately, I don't really have any of the vehicles that were used in the real-life hunt for the Bismarck, but until I do, every year when I do this, I will be playing British and all of my British and German ships that I have in this game. Right now in World of Warships, there is an event for the hunt for the Bismarck and the Battle of Jutland. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I've got special missions for both that basically just require me to use British and German ships. So this is doubly effective for that. But yeah, the Operation Rheinebung, which is the official name of the operation that the Bismarck and its partnership, the Prinz Eugen, were on when the Bismarck was sunk. I'm gonna try to play this game and talk about the event at the same time. Probably not gonna work out all that well for me. But the Bismarck was supposed to depart with the other German battleships. However, two of them, the Scharnhorst and the Gneisenau, had just come back from a similar mission and were undergoing repairs and were restocking munitions in, I think it was Brest, France, or the Saint Nazaire port. I'm not exactly sure which. And so they could not respond. They could not be in this mission. And the Bismarck's sister ship, the Tirpitz, was not ready yet. Her crew was still undergoing training. So that left Bismarck basically alone, and that's not good. So the Germans decided to pair the Bismarck up with what was at the time one of the best cruisers available, the Prinz Eugen. And so these two ships departed into the North Atlantic. They made a stop in Bergen, Norway, where they were spotted by British spy planes. And then, after they left Bergen, they tried to go around the United Kingdom via the Denmark Strait. And some British ships found them during this mission, however, and this is what caused the Battle of the Denmark Strait. And during that battle, the pride of the British Navy, the HMS Hood, was sunk, and this caused the Admiralty to launch a basically ocean-wide manhunt for the battleship. And this resulted with several task forces being sent out to the North Atlantic to find Bismarck, including the ones that were already chasing her, or chasing him at the time, because German battleships referred to them as males. And on this day in 1940, on this very day in 1941, is the day that the British were able to catch up to Bismarck and sink it. Well, I just wasted all those torpedoes.
Victory is in sight.
I had a feeling that would happen, and I almost didn't launch torpedoes, but I was like, well, it would be more helpful if I tried. And the funny thing about the hunt for the Bismarck is that there's actually a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, but it's funny. There's more media than you would expect that like goes over the hunt for the Bismarck. Obviously, there's like the Hunt for the Bismarck movie that came out in the 60s, I believe. Just like the Battle of Britain. I think it's kind of like the same. I think it was kind of like the same people who made. I could be wrong. I haven't really seen the Hunt for the Bismarck, and I've watched Battle of Britain, but it's been a long time. And however, what you may not know is that the Star Wars: The Clone Wars TV show basically told the story of the Bismarck through their arc with the the separatist super ship, the Malevolence. Some of those torpedoes hit. I was about to say there should be a battleship somewhere around here. We won. I think. Now, the reason the Germans sent Prinz Eugen and Bismarck on Operation Rheinebung was to do commerce raiding, which is the act of destroying enemy supply convoys, naval supply convoys, that is. And they did this to starve the British into defeat. And the mission wasn't very successful, obviously, because of the loss of the Bismarck. And so, because of this, the Germans opted to never again from spring 1941 onwards.
Show them what we've got, chaps.
Let's show them what we're made of.
Let me show you just what. An American, a German, a Brit, and I think this is a German? Yeah. German battleship, German destroyer, American battleship, British cruiser. Alright, we're detecting. No need to wait if we're already spotted.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship detected.
Go to that.
Enemy cruiser detected.
We're going to change course so that these shells might miss. We don't want to go in a straight line into hitting it. Unfortunately, AP doesn't do a ton of damage. This guy's getting a little close for comfort. I don't want to launch him. He'll be dead here in the next salvo. I'm done the next salvo.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Change our heading. Change our speed, actually, not our heading. Back up. I kind of want to deal with this guy who's behind the rock. Come to full stop now. I think this guy's going to come out from these islands here. Yep. That was it. It's good. Holes in. Got some holes.
Our team has taken the lead.
Put them a little bit forward of where I should.
Victory is in sight.
Okay, time to move. Oh, he died. I wasted all my torpedoes. Okay, now we're gonna go fisticuffs with this battleship, I guess. I kind of plot a intercept course. We also don't want to get. We want to keep all of our cannons available. We've lost a few cannons from the angle of attack. His course, so we better change ours. We did. Well, we needed to go this way anyways. No, we did it. We won. What a surprise. Next battle. Battleship. We're on a big old dreadnought. We're probably going to be turning left, so we're going to want our guns pointed right. And that is important to know beforehand because you're going to need those. You're going to need them all on the side you're facing when you're in combat, not 30 seconds later. That's an entire salvo. That's an entire extra salvo you could get if you have your guns placed in the right position before you engage. Because if you have to change your turret traverse, if you have to change the direction your turrets are facing halfway through an engagement, that's not good. Because that takes forever. So if you want to be able to engage your target, you want to have your guns positioned where they need to be before the battle starts. There's a destroyer here. My guns do not have the accuracy to deal with. But these battleships out here, that's a different story. I'm going to, however, ask that my opponents focus on this.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
I'm going to ask that they focus fire on the
Enemy
destroyer.
battleship detected.
Seems like we're focusing on this battleship.
Enemy cruiser detected.
At least this destroyer's not firing torpedoes at me, but I can never be too safe, so we're gonna change heading a little bit just to throw off any torpedoes that may or may not be coming. Oh, there they are. Well, it worked, because they did not hit us.
Our team has taken the lead.
Ooh, big hit. And we did destroy the destroyer, so that's good. Those torpedoes look like they're going to finish that guy off, so we're going to change targets. I was correct. I'll take the assist.
Victory is in sight.
We have not been hit yet, so that's a good sign. It's a very good sign. We do, however, need to turn towards port. Bring all of our guns to bear without showing too much of our foe castle. And while we wait for these guns to reload, we are going to try to dodge this island as he hits his defending target. He's dying. That's an anvil. There's an anvil attack on him with torpedoes. Okay, we need to head towards that cruiser way out there. Buddy, you need to turn. I'm gonna pit maneuver a cruiser here. Good for you. We need to go this way. It is not likely that we will gain on this guy because he's currently heading away from us and we are not as fast as him. So he will likely die before we get to him, especially since he's low HP. There he goes, he's dead already. Like I said. Good job, us. I feel like we should have unlocked our shipping. Man, I got like no XP from that. What the heck? They must have changed XP gain because I've never had a premium account and I could have sworn that was 300 XP worth of playtime there.
Show them what we've got, chaps.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Already, eh? Smoke screen from enemy destroyer. Me, tier 5 cruiser. Ooh, German battleship Gneisenau. Very nice.
Enemy battleship detected.
That is a great thing to have. And then we've got, who do we have here? We got a Fubuki, I think. Yeah, which is a tier 5 destroyer, so. Alright, we're doing good. We're feeling good on this battle. We're probably going to end up turning left, so we're going to want guns pointed right. Not as big deal in a cruiser since the guns. Okay. Okay, we're receiving fire. We're going to make a sharp course change here to cut between. Hello. See you there. We're gonna, because you're a destroyer, we're gonna change our speed as well. I do not trust your honesty about torpedoes. I'm gonna head away from this Get away from this destroyer. I don't like being near a destroyer. Not a good thing to be near. Unfortunately, since we are British, we don't have good guns. Why is this battleship so close? Dang! What a torpedo salvo. That guy's dead. Well, now I'm not as worried about moving over here, so we're gonna rip into this guy. I'm not gonna try to torpedo it, I'm gonna turn to the island if I do. But we should change our course in case this guy is going to launch torpedoes at us. Oh, I called it. I think I got hit by one of them, but I'm glad I turned when I did, because we would have gotten hit by more if I hadn't.
Problem solved, sir.
That guy's dead. Now we can pursue the
Our team
Devonshire,
has
which
taken the
is,
lead.
funnily enough, a British ship, and so we're chasing a British ship as a British ship. Get an intercept course, and hope that we catch it. Visual confirmation of target. Fire. So target is closing, reducing range. Changing course.
Victory is in sight.
Alright, I'll do a head-on with you while you're trying to this range. That might hit her aft. Gotta fire a little bit more forward since those did not hit. That one should have. Yep, we got the finishing blow. And
Enemy cruiser sunk.
just gotta sink this guy and a cruiser that's way out there that I'm not gonna get to in time. Well, that was quick. Must have ran out of time or points, because there's no way we killed that guy. Very good, very good. Alright, now we move on to my German ships. Still a little bummed that I didn't unlock that ship, because I could have sworn I had gotten enough. Usually it only takes one battle to get that much. Whatever.
Die Schlacht beginnt.
I wasn't paying attention, that's my fault. Got Wyoming, and Celebes. Or Celebes, whatever. We're gonna turn our smoke generators on here in a moment, but I want to set up a wide smoke screen that can hide all of these guys. So anyway, I put my engines on all the way, and we're gonna head to like the north side of this island that I'm steaming towards, and then we're gonna take a very hard left and go across their angle of attack here. Actually, we don't even have to go all the way over. We can just hit it right now.
Nebelwerfer gestartet.
Dive on it. Good luck with that. A small, fast target.
Metallwand gelegt.
Set up a smoke screen. Now let's use it, please, and thank you. My job is not to directly engage ships, except for other destroyers and maybe cruisers. It is mostly to support these other ships in defeating battleships by protecting them from smaller threats. That's what I'm trying to say. Sure, if I want to, I can sit in this smoke screen and return fire to these battleships, but that is not my main goal. Now that we're spotted,
Maschinenboost
we're gonna wanna
deaktiviert.
move. Get any destroyers on this side or cruisers? That'd be crazy. I'm gonna go this way. Start working on Orion here, because that's Orion. Yeah, it would not hurt to finish this guy off. We're going to switch to HE to hopefully light these guys on fire.
Torpedos direkt vor uns.
Unser Team hat die Führung übernommen.
That's good.
Unser Sieg ist in Sicht.
Targets, we're going to go after that one. And this one I'm going to try direct engagement with. Probably not a good idea, but... we want them to direct towards us. Or she. This guy's moving fast enough. That was way off. Let's get off to the right still. That's off to the... Don't aim at me. I don't like this. He's looking right at me. This is what you get for coming this close to me. Nice. See, that? Look at that. Real easy. It's so easy to play destroyers. You just have to know what you're supposed to do. Ooh, did I do something? Yeah, I already have that. I'm working on unlocking it actually, or unlocking all the stuff for it.
Gefechtsstation.
Okay, so now we are a tier 3 cruiser. We are somewhere in between the role of a battleship and a destroyer. We are the baseline, essentially. Where battleships are meant to deal with other battleships. We are meant to deal with... we are meant to protect the battleships from destroyers and cruisers, and then support them on battleships. That is basically our goal. It's the same as destroyers, essentially, but the destroyers are faster, and they're even more important for support role than assisting in engagement assistance. Their primary role is supporting the battleships and cruisers in their mission. Got some bombers coming in on us. We're not gonna do some zigzags. We don't want to hit our ally here, so gotta make sure we stay clear from the I see a destroyer. I saw a destroyer marked first. There it is. Gonna cut my throttle here as I come into the smoke because I don't want to have a nasty surprise here. Full reverse, please. This thing's gonna launch torpedoes at me. This thing is gonna suicide run me. Holy crap.
Das gegnerische Team hat die Führung übernommen.
Don't you dare. I will dodge your torpedoes. Battleship. That is a dumb move. I mean, if you want to stay alive, I guess it's not a terrible move, but... Why would you use battleship as a shield? You're supposed to be assisting your battleship in dealing with threats like me. Switch to HE. He missed, he's backing up. I'm gonna aim our stern. Since we're no longer under cover of the smoke screen, we're gonna move and try to defend this battleship. Okay, battleship took care of it by ramming. Not gonna bother with that then. Keep trying to help it. Oh my gosh. Move! 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 Dodge one. There we go.
Höhenbruch. Wasser dringt schnell ein.
Okay, we're alright, we're alright.
Problem gelöst.
Slight problem, but we're gonna wait for those torpedoes first, just to see if they're on. Can I fire, please? How did those go so well? Change course, and these cruisers probably have torpedoes that could be going for it. Ooh, I caught this. Full reverse. Goody goody, take out one of your torpedo tubes. Come on, let me shoot it, let me shoot it.
Torpedos abtaus.
Time to move.
Unser Team hat die Führung
Now we
übernommen.
got hit in the ass. That shouldn't have killed me. That should have like destroyed my rudder and propulsion. If this was War Thunder, that's what would have happened. But War Thunder's naval mode sucks, so we're not going to talk about that. Alright, and then the last battle of the stream. Last German ship. This is the closest I have to a ship that was actually in the battle, because I think this is like the direct or like second grandfather of the Prinz Eugen's ship class. Like this was like the direct or second predecessor. Let me look it up. The Leipzig class. That was there's 2 of them built by 1935. If I get aiming this way, honestly. And they were succeeded by the M class, but those actually didn't get built. So these were the last light cruisers, apparently, were the Leipzig class, which included this ship and its sister ship, the leader of the class, the Leipzig. And the Prinz Eugen was a Hipper class heavy cruiser. Kind of funny that the Americans ended up with the Prinz Eugen. I think that's kind of funny. Prinz Eugen just casually ended up in the U.S. Navy. I can't hit him. He's behind that. What are you doing? Königsberg? What's a Tier 3 German light cruiser doing in a Tier 5 battle? I mean, this is a Tier 4 American, I'm pretty sure. Got a British ship coming in. Full reverse here. Oh my gosh, they hit me. Good. It's okay, buddy. I don't mind that you hit me. No, actually, let me continue. Stop. I'm gonna make a sharp left turn. Sorry. My direction. That is wrong. Makes it easier to dodge torpedoes.
Höhenwurf! Wasser dringt schnell ein!
Now we're gonna turn
Problem gelöst!
right. It's gonna hit the corpse of that ship, probably.
Hauptturm kritisch beschädigt!
Good, that one's dead. We
Feueralarm!
can use our right field to kill this guy. Okay, we are taking a lot of damage. I really wish I had a repair buddy, because that would be very helpful right now. I'm gonna try to disengage, because that is what I do. Disengage. Because we are taking a lot of damage from this battleship and from the fire that I am on. Yeah, I usually struggle with this for some reason. Alright, and that's all I've got. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it for you guys. And I will see you guys next time, probably with either a Subnautica Polo Zero stream or a Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order stream. But until then, this is the War Room.